Hello, everyone. I'm so glad you're here with me today. Welcome to the Leader Transition Institute's June 2025 edition of Learn, Do, Grow, Repeat. Whether this is your first time joining us or you're a returning friend, I want you to take a deep breath, settle in, and know that you are exactly where you need to be. My name is Annie Brock. I'm a former Army paratrooper, legal clerk, and medevac helicopter pilot, and I'm an Air Force spouse. My passion topics are mindset, communication, and leadership. I'm also LTI's president and CEO. Today, we're diving into something that every one of us wrestles with at some point, the comfort zone. It's cozy, it's familiar, and it's predictable. If we're being honest, it's also kind of boring. The comfort zone is that place where nothing really challenges us. Nothing stretches us, and unfortunately, we don't grow there. And that's what makes today's topic so powerful. The title of our session is Step into the Stretch: How Growth Begins Where Comfort Ends. That might sound a little intimidating, and if it does, congratulations. You're already stepping into it. You're already doing the thing. We're going to spend our time together talking about what the comfort zone is, why it's so appealing and sneaky, and how to gently and consistently move beyond it into the stretch zone, that space where transformation begins. Now let's make this interactive right from the start. I want you to drop a yes into the comments if you've ever had a moment when you felt stuck, when you knew deep down that you were made for more, but you weren't quite sure how to move forward. We need to normalize that feeling because that's where change begins. Let's be honest with ourselves. The comfort zone isn't evil. It's not trying to sabotage us. It's actually designed to protect us. It's where we feel safe, where things feel manageable. It's the space filled with our routines, habits, and patterns. But here's the catch. It's also where our dreams go to nap. You see, comfort zones are personal. There's no one size fits all. For one of you, making a phone call might be a terrifying act of courage. For someone else, public speaking could be no big deal, but attending a networking event alone, petrifying. The important thing to remember is only you can define what your comfort zone looks like. Only you can decide when something is too easy, too safe, or holding you back. Here's what makes it even trickier. If you don't stretch your comfort zone, it doesn't just stay still. It actually shrinks over time. And the more you avoid things that stretch you, the scarier they begin to feel. And eventually, even things that used to feel slightly uncomfortable become completely overwhelming. Because your comfort zone is just like a muscle. If you don't use it, it atrophies. But if you stretch it, even just a little each day, it gets stronger, more flexible, more you. Here's a reflection prompt for you. What's something that used to make you feel uncomfortable, but now feels natural? Maybe it was sending a connection request on LinkedIn, using Zoom, or starting a conversation with someone you don't know. Drop it in the comments. You know, before we started doing these monthly live streams, this, what I'm doing right now, made me feel incredibly uncomfortable. I couldn't imagine being able to do this, especially when the numbers at the top of my screen show that no one's watching. That doesn't mean what I've learned is that doesn't mean that no one's watching. It means that not all the trackers are showing me who's watching. But I was incredibly uncomfortable talking maybe to just myself. Ty, I see. Speaking up. Yeah. Thanks for putting that in the chat. It's good to see you. We all say we want to grow. We journal about it. We set goals. We create vision boards. But when it comes to actually stepping out of what's familiar and into the unknown, our brains go, wait a second, that sounds risky. And suddenly, fear shows up dressed as logic. It's not the right time. I'm not ready yet. I need more experience first. What if I mess it up and everyone sees me fail? Sound familiar? I've been there too. What fear really sounds like is a polished, grown-up excuse. It talks like a well-meaning friend, but it's still fear. Here's the good news. You don't have to be fearless. You just need to be brave for 20 seconds at a time. Just enough time to raise your hand, hit publish, or say yes. So let me ask you, what's one excuse you've used or that you've heard someone else use that might actually be a hidden fear in disguise? Share it in the chat if you're feeling brave. No judgment here, only support. My personal favorite, the one I used for years, is what if that conflicts with taking care of my mother? Now let's talk about the magic zone, the stretch zone. It sits right between comfort and panic. It's that space where growth actually happens. When you're in the stretch zone, here's what it feels like. Your palms might sweat. Your heart might race. You might hear that little voice inside whisper, can I really do this? And you do it anyway. It's not reckless, it's courageous. Think of it like stepping into a cold pool. At first, it shocks your system, but soon you're acclimating, you're in, and then you're swimming. Let me tell you a quick story. When I left the Army and became an Air Force spouse, everything about my identity shifted. I no longer had my own paycheck. I no longer had a title. And I wanted to contribute something of my own to our family income. I was volunteering at the Family Support Center on Eglin Air Force Base, wondering quietly in my head if I could maybe start a dressmaking business. Before the Army, I had sewn my brother a three-piece suit, and I made my own wedding gown. But starting a business, that was new territory. And then one day, I stretched. I shared my idea with a fellow volunteer. She got excited and said, can you make me a blazer? For years, I've had some fabric that I wished could be turned into a blazer. That was the start. That first small, brave step. Next, I made some business cards, a few flyers. Word spread, and before I knew it, I had a waiting list. My growth didn't begin with confidence. It began with a stretch. So let's break this down into 3 doable actions. There are 3 steps to stretch. The first is to name your dream. even if it scares you. Step 2, notice your fear. Say hello to it. Don't pretend it isn't there. Ignoring it won't make it go away. And step 3, do one small brave thing. One phone call, one post, one ask. So here's your moment. What's one stretch you're considering right now? Share it with us in the comments. Someone else might need to see your courage to find their own. Now that we know what the stretch zone is, how do we make it part of our life? Let me give you 3 tools you can start using today. Tool 1, reframe discomfort. Every time you catch yourself thinking, I'm nervous, reframe it as I'm growing. Growth often feels like anxiety at first, but it's just energy. It means you care. Tool number 2, fearless journal. Write down the things you're afraid of. Don't censor them. Naming your fears takes away their mystery. What we name, we can face. Tool 3, write your future story. In the third person, write a story about someone just like you who overcame doubt and built the life they dreamed of. Be vivid, be bold, and write as if it's already happened. So let me check in with you. Which of these tools feels most helpful to you right now? Put a 1 in the comments for reframing discomfort. Type 2 for starting a fear list. Or 3 for writing your future story. Let me leave you with this. You don't need to leap into the unknown with superhero confidence. You just need to stretch. A little. Consistently. Daily. So here's my invitation. This week, do one thing that makes you just a little bit uncomfortable. Maybe it's signing up for a class, posting your story on LinkedIn, saying yes to an opportunity you usually talk yourself out of. Whatever it is, as long as it's a stretch, you're growing. And remember, you don't have to do it perfectly. You don't have to feel ready. You just have to begin. Growth begins where comfort ends. So go on and step into the stretch. Thank you for showing up for yourself today. It's an honor to be with you. If this session spoke to you, I'd love to hear your biggest takeaway, and I hope you'll drop it in the comments before you log off. Before we close completely, I'm going to take just a few minutes to talk about the Leader Transition Institute and changing focus, moving from we to me. LTI exists to help people get from where they are in life right now to where they want to be. How do we do that? We provide individual, corporate, and government communications and leadership training and coaching. If you're interested in the specifics of what we do and how we do that, please be sure to reach out to me via email at admin@leadertransitioninstitute.org. I'll even put it right up on the screen for you. Or you can message me on LinkedIn. Changing Focus, Moving from We to Me is a free, virtual, hands-on, interactive program for service members, veterans of any era with any kind of discharge, and military spouses. And it's available right now to people who have lost their federal job or federally related NGO job. If you've participated in the Department of Defense mandated transition program and you feel overwhelmed, underwhelmed, anxious, lost, or alone, or any combination of those things, we're here for you. We encourage people to participate 2 years prior to leaving the military, but joining a cohort at any time is better than not participating at all. If it's been a long time since you left the military, you should know that we have many alums who have participated at 5, 10, 20, and even more than 30 years out and said their lives were changed for the better because they did. Military spouses. Some participate with their service member or veteran, some on their own. Military transition is a team sport, so we love it when spouses are in the cohort. You can register for the July 10th through 13th cohort through Thursday, June 26th, but don't delay. Just do it now. I'll put the link on the screen and into the comments, or I've put the link on the screen. I'll put it in the comments right now. I love this tie. Stretch a little every day. Thanks for sharing that with me. Now, I don't know how to, oh, this is what I do. There we go. I don't have this down perfectly yet, but I'm getting there. Every month we get better. Thank you for investing your time with us today. I hope you'll join us again on Tuesday, July 22nd for another session of Learn, Do, Grow, Repeat. What if the key to unlocking your team's potential and your own was understanding how you naturally work best? Monique Minnick will be my guest next month, and we'll dive into Patrick Lencioni's Working Genius. It's a powerful framework that helps individuals and teams identify where they thrive in the work process and where they don't. Until then, stay curious, stay brave, and keep growing. See you in July.